And when you know that the bridge appears, that bridge, the spiritual bridge appears for the information to reciprocate, right? So your mauri, your life force goes into the plant's life force comes into you. That bridge appears when both portals of your heart, of the spiritual heart, and the portal of the plant, where the light comes through, they both open, unlock each other. I'm Joanne Hakaraia Olsen, and welcome to my channel. This channel is about going deeper into the forest, or going deeper into the ngahere, going deeper into the forest. The forest is very symbolic of the mind, of the human being. It reflects who we are, and the mauri of the forest, or the vibration of the forest, is a benchmark of a frequency of where in ancient times our minds, our being was able to be in that same state of frequency. Things are a little bit different now, but I know that we can bring our state of being, our mind, to the same frequency, the same mauri, the same vibration as the forest, to a state of peace and calm, to a state of tau, peace and calmness. So welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about the bridge. We're going to talk about what the bridge is. The spiritual bridge is what I'm talking about. The symbolism of a bridge. It was only a few years ago that I understood what the bridge was, or even knew what it was. The way that I would tune into nature, or connect with nature, and to receive insights and wisdom, is it was very natural to tune in, to connect into nature and receive wisdom and insights. It was very natural. I didn't think about how I did it too much. I kind of did. I've never really I'd never heard of a bridge, but somebody talked to me about this bridge, and it made total sense to me of, wow, is that what I'm doing? And ever since I learned about this bridge, I was able to share how to connect into the bridge. I would always explain it in terms of frequency, mauri, life force, but there was another way to explain it, and it was to talk about the bridge. So I'm going to talk about my understanding of what the spiritual bridge is, and also how I connect into nature, how I connect into plants using this bridge. Okay, so let's go. I guess I'm going to start with how I connect to plants and trees, because that is what I do. I receive insights and wisdom from the plants and the trees, and they share things that I need to know for myself, for my journey, for my inner exploration, and they also give me insights for others. What I normally tend to do is tune into the plants and share insights on the spot, because it's fresh and it's unique and it's coming through. It's coming through right now. But I can also, that is wisdom and knowledge that I can also sit with, that the plants give me. I can sit with that information for years, months, years, and really dive deep into the meaning of it, and and explore that even further. And I really love that. Usually when I hold retreats or wānanga, which are spiritual retreats, my retreats are not planned. Everything is in the moment, because I like to, all of my retreats are held in the ngahere, in the forest or near the forest, and I tune into the collective of the forest, and I tune into singular plants as well. So whatever plant or tree comes forward that wants to steps forward, and they'll be in my peripheral vision for a few months before the retreats even started. They will be there, showing me themselves as trees and letting me feel their mauri, or letting me feel their power, their what they are, who they are. They give me a sense of feeling about them, and I know that, okay, these are the trees that are coming forward. These are the trees that I need to talk about. These are the trees that are going to be sharing kōrero, sharing wisdom. And it's usually about, I don't know what that thumb, it's come up before, and I just don't know what it is. So we'll just let it go. The trees, yes, just getting back, they are the trees that I am meant to share kōrero on, share their wisdom. And we might ingest them, we might make a rongoa or plant medicine with them, but usually it's about me sitting with those trees and sharing their kōrero, bringing everyone into unison with those trees, and tuning into their mauri, their life force, so that we are all emanating the frequency of their life force. And it could be because that particular area needs that frequency, or that particular area, those trees need to be acknowledged, or that area needs clearing with the wisdom of those rākau. So there's a lot of reasons of why they come forward, and it's up to me to find out what that is. And I can sit with them for a few months before a retreat. And it just so happens that I'm holding a retreat in May, which is in the very ancient forest, the Caitlin's, which is down in the South Island, the bottom of the South Island. And it's such an old, ancient forest that you can feel the sacredness, that you almost have to take your shoes off to walk through the forest. It's that level of sacred. So he's giving reference to that forest and feeling the mauri. I'm feeling the life force of it. The plants are coming through. It's my little dog, both dogs. Yeah, I can feel the retreat starting to go to another level at the moment. It's picking up speed. The people are coming together, meaning the people that will be supporting me at the retreat are coming together, and I can feel there's been a shift with the retreat. So I'm really looking forward to this retreat in the Caitlin's. And so the trees are coming forward. And so now what I do is, now that all the details are in place, the logistics are in place, I just sit with the wānanga, which is the retreat space, which is a timelessness, a field of timelessness where we can tune into that space. And it's an empty space, but it now starts to be filled with mauri. the mauri starts to come in, or the life force, the life essence of what needs to be shared starts to become imbued into that space. And that could be through the trees, or it could be through the people that are coming, or it can be also through the land that it's held on, a number of things. And it's my role to be able to tune into all the dynamics that are coming together. And usually the retreat, the wisdom and insights that are shared are for the people that are going. They are always for the people that are going, and it'll be particular information that they need, that they require on their journey, and everyone will be requiring that information that's there. So it's always a wonderful space. But that's what I mean about tuning into plants and holding space for the plants so that they can share. So getting back to the bridge, and it's all in the same field, the bridge. It's the tuning in. So in this particular instance, I'm talking about the bridge between person and plant or tree or nature, but we're going to use the plant or tree as the other sentient being. So it is a bridge between myself and the plant. And what is that bridge between me and the plant? What is that bridge? And that's what we're going to talk about right now, and just tuning in to that frequency. It is a force field. It's like a magnetic force. It is a force field, but it's also coming from another space, in that you are, for me, I go into my heart. I take a big breath, and I connect in with the plant by looking at it, or just remembering its mauri, its life force. And I can, even if it's in my my vision, I can feel its essence and tune into that. And what I am looking at, and I'm looking at its light, the light of the plant, of the leaf, what stands out to me. And there's like an inner radiant light that beams out from the leaf or from the plant, and that is what you're connecting into. That is what you're tuning into. And when you see that light, the heart space holds a field, like a cocoon, between you, around you and that plant that you're connecting into. It's like a cocoon, like a vessel that you have created, or it is materialized, and you've connected into the plant, and there is a resonance there, because what you're essentially trying to do is you are giving reverence to the plant, and you are in awe of the plant. Like, this is the aroha, the love, the acknowledgement, the reverence that you're giving to the plant. It's to the light that's coming out of the plant. That is what you are tuning into, the light. But in this case, the plant is the vessel, but what we're tuning into is that light that's within the plant, the light source, divine light, sacred light, whatever you want to call it. I call it sacred light, divine light, and it's this radiant light that you connect to. And it's your heart that the more love and compassion and awe and reverence that you give to this light, the stronger the field becomes, the stronger and larger the field becomes, and also you can hold that field for a longer time. It's about holding that space. So the more that you can focus and bring yourself into that state of being, because you're changing from one state to another, you're going into a state of love, into a state of compassion or awe. And you are to hold that state. And the longer you can hold that state, the more wisdom and insights are shared. What happens when you connect into the plant and you're holding that space? That is when there is a spiritual bridge that seems to open up. It is a frequency, and it opens up between your heart and the doorway into that light. And that is the bridge. That is the bridge. And the bridge is that you have unlocked that light through how you feel and how you maintain that feeling. The longer you can maintain that, the door to remain open, the more insights. Well, you just only need a little bit of insight to come through. It doesn't come through in words, it comes through as light language. It comes through as light codes, and it's just a pop, and you might just get one little fragment of it, but it's enough to sit with. It may not make sense at the time, but it is enough to sit with for as long as it takes for you to unravel. And I mean that little fragment that comes in, and then you disconnect from the bridge, from the plant, and you go about your daily activities. And when you go back to retune into the fragment that came to you, you can sit with that for such a long time, and it will just keep building and building and building into information. When a fragment of light enters you, depending on how clear your vessel is to receive that information, depends on how fast that light code starts to reveal itself as information. So it comes through, it beams through, and it just trickles through, but it builds the longer that you sit with. So that's why reflection, contemplation is really important when you sit with light codes, and you can feel the information building. What tends to happen here is that when you've got that little fragment of light, you sit with it and you can feel it start to build, but you can also start feeling the weight of that information around this area here, which is why sometimes our third eye, our head, our shoulders can feel quite heavy and full. It's because there's a lot of information there. And what I have learned to do is to write all the information out, or some people paint and draw. It's all about, it's creation, right? This is because this light comes through as conception. It's conceived, and it comes through, and we need to be able to process it through our body in order to birth it into this world. So it does go through a process when it goes through our body. When it sits in the head, we're processing it, but it's not a good idea to have your head have everything quite full, because it can get quite heavy. I tend to write everything out, so all of the ideas, I need to get it out because it can just stay there. So when you write, or you can voice it out, like what I'm doing here, when I was taught that when you receive information or wisdom, you have to share it. It cannot remain stored in your being, because it just implodes. It's meant to be shared. It's not yours. It is not yours to keep. It is for you to share, but to share with the right people that can hold that information also, hold that light code also. So that's another important aspect of it. So for me, I like to write it out, which means it's coming out of my body. I like to speak it out. Once I've written it, I can then articulate it through my voice, which means that it's come through the throat and it's clearing, so it's coming down. And then as it comes to the heart area, I'm starting to feel that information, and it starts to permeate my being because I'm feeling it. And then it keeps going through the body, goes through the digestive system, the puku, which means it's getting processed and digested, and then it comes through to being birthed into this world, which is when it goes through to the whare tangata or the womb, and then it becomes birthed. Now, a lot of people can get to the stage in different areas of their body, and wherever there's blockages, the information can be blocked there also, and so it doesn't move on. And so one of my roles in healing work is to help people to unblock those areas, or that is mama bird, to help people to clear those areas for information to come out the right way. So that's just a small snippet on the process of how light codes come through us. But I really wanted to emphasize the bridge, and that the bridge is a frequency. It is mauri, it is life force, and it requires the vessel of the being to be clear, and to have done quite a bit of heart work to clear the heart of grief, of trauma, because it's not going to open those doors if you're holding stagnation and blockages in the heart area or in the throat area. There's work to be done to be a clear vessel. Yes, to be a clear vessel. So the heart is clear. You have aroha, or love, or compassion, gratitude, reverence. Oh, reverence. Reverence is my favorite word at the moment, because it's such a powerful word, and I don't hear it enough, but it feels so good. It rolls off the tongue quite nicely, but it's a very powerful word. Giving reverence to a plant is like bowing down to the plant. It's like mercy. It's like it's acknowledging everything about that plant, and it's not the plant itself, it's the light that is coming, that is emanating from the plant. That is what we are doing, connecting into that light. And when you know that the bridge appears, that bridge, the spiritual bridge appears for the information to reciprocate, right? So your mauri, your life force goes into the plant's life force comes into you. That bridge appears when both portals of your heart, of the spiritual heart, and the portal of the plant, where the light comes through, they both open, unlock each other, and then the spiritual bridge is there to reciprocate insights and wisdom. So it's just so beautiful. It's so beautiful, and you it's not only plants that you can do that with. You can do that with a rock. You can do that with animals. You can do that with mountains, with the ocean, with bodies of water, with a piece of wood, with a snail, with a dog, you can do it with so many things. And it's just about giving reverence. And this is the power of nature. This is the beauty and magic of nature, to give it reverence, because it has all the answers, all the magic that we could require is right there. And so to practice that, to practice being a bridge for plants, being a bridge for others, is a very humbling experience. We can be a bridge for others. So when people come to see me, for instance, I can be that bridge of connection to guide people on their journey, or on their inner exploration, to help them to explore their inner being. So I don't give people answers. I guide them to find the answers for themselves, and that is different to giving people answers. This is the way I teach, this is the way I share wisdom. I never give answers, I just help people to explore their own answers and to trust in their own intuition, to trust in their own wisdom. Okay, so we're going to do a short meditation, guided meditation, on connecting with the mauri of a plant. And this plant here is actually this big tree behind me that I'm always sitting under. It's called a fofo paku, which is a 5-finger. It's a pseudopanax, and so it's got 5 fingers, 5 leaves, and it's a beautiful plant, and the birds love it, the bees love it, I love it, and it's connected to 2 stars in the sky. It's what I would call an advanced rongoa, which is plant medicine. It is an advanced medicinal plant in that the knowledge of it is advanced. The wisdom of it is advanced. So it's so beautiful. It has a little star shape there, but it's in seed at the moment. It's got lots of little fruit that are coming out, and it's really great for the birds and the bees. So if you've got a plant nearby, or a plant that you would like to connect into, just pause the video and grab that plant. If it's a pot plant or maybe a flower that's outside, if you bring that inside, and we will do a little guided meditation on how to connect into the mauri of a rākau, or how to connect into the life force or frequency of a plant to receive wisdom and insights. So I'll wait. Okay, you're back? Good. Alright, so we've got the plant. Let's take 3 deep breaths in. Hakiroto, breathe in. Hakiwaho, breathe out. Hakiroto, breathe in. Hakiwaho, breathe out. Hakiroto. Hakiwaho. Kapai. Now just looking at the plant and noticing every detail about the plant, looking at the leaves, how the leaves are on the stem of the plant, looking at the shape of the leaves, perhaps looking at the veins, and looking at any unique spaces that are on the plant that stand out for you. Might be particular areas that that get your attention. And when they get your attention, you can see yourself smiling, because they are talking to you when they get your attention. They are getting your attention. So for me, with the Fofo Paku, I'm looking at the stem here, and it's getting my attention, and it's getting this beautiful, like a hello, or the sound that's joyful. It's very joyful, which makes me feel joyful. I am feeling the same feelings that I'm getting from this plant, and that is helping me to become joyful, be in awe of this plant. And those are the first things to feel, to open the heart space. And now, to build that bridge between us, I'm going to give it acknowledgement and reverence and love through feeling. And I'm going to hold that feeling as long as I can to strengthen the field around us. Ka pai. And when you're ready to come back, remember what you felt. Remember what you saw. And now that you have embodied that feeling and connection with this plant, you can do this anytime, anywhere. You don't need to be in physical embodiment with the plant. You have taken it on, imbued it into your being, and you can tune into the plant that way. Ka pai, everybody. Wonderful. Well, I just want to share that when I was tuning into this plant, I could see this, the center. I could see the pink it was getting bigger and bigger, and I also saw the collective of the rako. It was actually taking me back to the trees behind me to experience those, to explore those. So that's wonderful. I caught that fragment, I caught that light code, and it's something that I will sit with and allow it to expand. So wonderful, wonderful. I hope you enjoyed that. That is how I connect with a plant. And usually with my students, with my members, we will sit with a plant for about 2 weeks, depending on the plant, because some have so much information to share. And some plants also break down our emotional fields, and it can hold us, and so sometimes we have to sit with them longer. But yes, we usually sit with the plant for 2 weeks, and we become the life force of those plants, which takes on a whole new meaning in our daily lives. So can be quite intense, but absolutely magical. Okay, everybody, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will kōrero with you soon. Kia pai tō rā.